Okay, it's 12:05 probably, around there. I just got photocopies of my license and my birth certificate because I have a passport appointment at 12:45, so going to leave for that soon. I thought that it was at 12:15 for some reason, so I do have a little bit more time to get there, which is nice. You're gonna spend the day with me. I want to record just how it's going and stuff, and hoping it'll help a little bit. I broke up. I don't really like the term broke up. It doesn't, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's has dignity to it, you know, the term. It seems very like dry and kind of abrasive, I guess. But I ended the relationship that I had with my boyfriend, and I mean, time to some degree is irrelevant, but we started dating last year in October. We met at a Biba Doobie concert. Biba Doobie, I'm not sure if she's my favorite artist now. She probably still is, just because of how long I've loved her since I was like 14 or something. I've just loved her music. And it just, like, I really resonate with her music, and so, like, I have a tattoo of her, so I guess you could say she's my favorite music artist, or at least one of them. I love Noah Kahan too. I feel like that's very Utah girl-esque. But anyway, so yeah, and then we just really hit it off, and we had a lot of chemistry, and I went into the relationship with a pretense knowing that, yeah, I should allow myself to be alone. I had the intentions when I started dating him of just like, this is my time to be single, and then we just ended up hitting it off really well. And he's just truly like an amazing man with a really good heart, very, very loving, very giving. And it was the most evolved version of what is a karmic cycle for me. And it does feel kind of crude for me to say that, but it's not, it doesn't dismiss the meaning of the relationship for me. It is just part of it. It was a lesson that was repeating itself that I needed to learn, that I was avoiding stillness and sitting within myself to create security and safety, because I've always relied on that from an outside source, because I feel like as you get older, like, if you're not conscious of it, which just like 99% of people aren't, you become the home that you grew up in, but like, it's internally now, and you manifest into all of these unspoken things, all of the pain or the weight or the heaviness or whatever, even the good, you know, of the house. And it's not to say that you don't have your own personality and like your own unique essence, but I also just do think that those things typically manifest into who we are as people, which is why they say nature versus nurture argument, and like, you're a product of your environment, like, we live in a society, stuff like that. So it's like, now that I'm stepping into this, like, I've realized that I've needed to step in to being single, because I just need to be alone. Like, I haven't been single in, like, I've had like a brief pause, but I wouldn't call it like truly, because I was dating around and like hookups and stuff, like, but last time I was truly single was like 3 years ago, and that was because I was going back like batshit crazy, like, not batshit, but I was really going through it. And I was at a mental hospital as well, and everything like that, and just moved here, you know, didn't know anyone. It was the summer, and I was incredibly socially anxious, and I know that this is good. I feel that, you know, I mean, originally I was like, I would like to, you know, work it out, even though I know that we're not going to be together forever, because I don't want to put a label on relationship, and I don't want to be in monogamous relationships, and I'm not the type to want or think about marriage at all. And my boyfriend, monogamy is very sacred to him. My ex-boyfriend, I guess, but monogamy is very sacred to him, and he's the type of person who likes to think about marriage and, you know, building this life with people, which is amazing. That's beautiful. I see the vision. It's just not part of mine, at least not now. And yeah, so it ended up being like, okay, maybe we'll break up around California, because I know that I need to confront myself at some point, and it seems fitting. You know, I'm moving, we can spend this time together, we can make it really good, and then I can leave. And we can leave it on a good note, you know, have it be mutual and stuff like that. And then it just felt like I was like, sometimes I feel like I'm very consciously and spiritually developed, and it's my humanity that's kind of lagging behind. Like, my mind and my body, it kind of feels like they have to run and do like a marathon to catch up to my consciousness and my divine, because it's just so far ahead. Like, it's very easy for me to like be in it, like spiritually and like stuff like that, but the mind and the body, there's lag. That's why I'm working on developing the sense of safety, like regulating my nervous system with learning to sit in the stillness and be alone so I can help my body. And then my mind is really helping cipher, in a sense, because cipher is usually the overactive part of the mind, or flicker. So it's, I mean, the mind, it can be anything. It's just like brain responses, trauma, like it's kind of all of it, you know. And I have to, not all of it, it's not all of it, but yeah, I'm having to help those two out. Like, it's like my soul, or Solara, like this enlightened, this vision of myself that is just it's who I am, who I'm stepping into, who I want to step into, who I'm becoming by undoing and unprogramming myself, all this stuff. I am, you know, trying to get there, and I don't know, I could yap, but I can sense that it is going to be hard, I guess. I just feel this heaviness that I'm carrying around with me, and like older Ariel is, like the Ariel when I was last single, is just wanting to reemerge. A lot of those like same feelings or patterns, and that's not who I am anymore. I don't want to indulge in that, but it's kind of like the humanity is throwing out a lifeline. Like, right now it feels like I need to starve my humanity, so to speak, and nurture and nourish the soul. And I mean, of course I'm taking care of my humanity, I just mean like my ego. Like, I have to kind of do some, you know, parenting with it, and be like, it's okay that you feel this heaviness, this anxiety. Allow yourself to feel it, allow it to wash over you, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to write, allow yourself to speak, to express yourself. It's going to be okay, we're going to put our trust in us, and I have you. But it's being able to reassure myself and affirm myself and show up for myself is the biggest thing, even if I can't do it all the way, you know. And but the thing is actually showing up, you know, even if it's just like 5%, and that's the most I can do right now. That's fine. It's just the principle of it for now. But I do have a lot of goals of things that I want to try and step into. So the gym, I want to really get back into the gym. And I need to start packing, and I want to sell my clothes, and I want to go to drum circle on Sundays and sit in the sun. I want to be out in the sun a lot. I want to go on long walks. I want to film YouTube videos. I want to write. I want to just like step into being creative. I want to get more witchy. I want to buy hippie clothes and more baggy clothes because I really like the aesthetic. And do tarot readings and stuff. I don't know if I do that on other people quite yet, because I think I still need to protect my energy. And the biggest thing is sitting with the silence, allowing myself to be alone. And I'm not going to try and, like, with the relationships I already have, I'm going to maintain them and continue to show up. But I'm not going to seek out other relationships right now. Like, if it happens, it happens. Not like romantic or like sexual, I guess. Even though I don't like to label those things, but like just relationships in general. I'm just not seeking that out. And some of the patterns that I just want to acknowledge and be aware of, even if it's not like change immediately, just to throw it out there, is eating. I can definitely see that. Like I just don't really want to eat, and I don't really feel hungry, which obviously it's just the first day, but this has been happening for the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. It's just like, I feel like I gotta make room for all this stuff, and so fasting just seems fitting, you know? And is there something else? I don't know. I do like being single. I like the feeling of being independent, being able to go and do whatever I want, you know, at any time. Just kind of do my own thing, but the loneliness. It's not even loneliness. I don't feel that now. Like, I feel more capable and more ready to step into the season of myself and growth, like, more than ever before. Like, past versions of Ariel, they weren't meant to do it. Like, I'm meant to do it now. But it's just, I just know that subconsciously I'm feeling a lot more than, like, I'm probably aware of. And it's not just to say right now, like, if I'm not experiencing right now, I'm just not, and I'm not gonna force myself to just like be super emotional, even though I do feel the heaviness. But like, it's going to happen, and I don't know when. That's kind of how my feelings are when I go through things like this. I don't know when to expect the recoil. But anyway, yeah, I'll keep you updated. I have therapy later today. Gonna go get a coffee, get a soothing drink or something, and then finally get my fucking passport. I also want to clean my room out today. Things like that. Maybe I'll just let it be decently messy. I'll just start packing up my clothes and get ready, you know? And, besides that, yeah. Thank you, guys. I am feeling wired right now, like an abundance of energy, but I'm going to the gym, so that should help. I hope that I'm able to ground myself in my power. That's my intention, and kind of, you know, get out of my comfort zone a little bit, because I love the gym and I love weightlifting, and there was a time in my life that I did it like a lot. Like, I was really big into weightlifting, and not enough to be like, you know, jacked or whatever, but I put on some lean mass, and like, oh my god, bro, I was so hot. Okay, whatever. I need to give myself more recognition. That's why I'm helping. Like, I did some affirmations in the mirror not too long ago, just affirming to myself, like, I'm beautiful, I'm worthy, because yeah, that insecurity has been embedded into me, that you know, I am insecure my weight, and it's been perpetuated as well. But it's funny because, like, I love women with a tummy and thighs, or just people. I love it when people have some like plush to them, because I know I'm not quite skinny, but I wouldn't say that I'm chubby either. I would say I'm kind of like an in-between. And I like that I'm seeing more representation of my body. Maybe it's because I'm seeking it out a little bit more on the media. It feels refreshing to be recognized. But anyway, sorry, like I said, I'm a bit wired, so my thoughts and my words are probably going to be a bit scattered right now. But anyway, I said that I would like keep you updated on my day today, and I am going to post these videos and just kind of put them all together. But so let's see. I think, right, I was talking about how I had the appointment. So I did the appointment for my passport, and then oh right, okay, it was in the town square. So I got eaten by mosquitoes. So they had like a chalk festival there, and I completely forgot about it, and I wanted to go and check it out. So I walked around, I checked out all the art that people are doing, and I could feel, and then I just sat and I people watched and I observed, because I was like, I love people watching. I like observing people's behavior and trying to read them. You can very kind of easily tell what someone's mood is by just simply observing them for a couple minutes. Or like, maybe if you're not able to tell, you can tell that there's something underneath the surface. And I was feeling the energy of the place, all of the creative energy, and so I felt very inspired as well, because I just pick up on those things. And that's why being in public or in large groups of people is very overwhelming for me, because I feel all of the energy. So I felt it, and I started to write a poem, and I wrote like maybe an hour and a half. I'm debating if I want to share that poem. Honestly, probably not. I don't, it's intimate right now, and I want to be cautious of that. But anyway, I've been talking to people today, like friends, and catching up and things like that. Like, I don't know, a lot of people have just reached out to me today for some reason. The universe works in mysterious ways. Some I'm sure to be wary of, others I'm like, I wouldn't say to be wary of, but, you know, of course, just be wary. Sometimes it's disguised as something else, like an interaction that maybe you shouldn't engage in. But I haven't got that vibe. I've gotten good vibes. Like, I'm attracting this to me, which is great, which is so great. And I felt this heaviness, like earlier today. I was definitely like, you know, and I don't know. Right now, it's just like a lot has happened today, and I feel like a lightness and a truth in stepping into myself, my soul, and taking those steps to do what I know is right for me. But to be fair, you know, I'm going to have those moments of grief and loss, what feels like loss. For me, it more felt like letting go, but I will have those moments, you know, that are harder emotionally. And the connection that I had, it doesn't mean that it wasn't special or that it wasn't meaningful just because I'm not currently feeling fucking shitty. You know what I mean? Like, it still was beautiful and great, and like, it doesn't take away the connection and the specialness to that connection. I just really, really want to preface that, okay? But anyway, let's see, after that, right, I think I walked around a bit. I listened to some music. I've been listening to music today. I can't remember what I did in between that time. Maybe I went on a little drive. I think I went home. Yeah, I did. Maybe. I think so. I don't know. I went to therapy, and I did something called Lifespan, which is kind of where you consciously invite yourself, or like your therapist will lead you through it, but like, you know, my therapist kind of led me through this experience where we have different events throughout my life, like a memory for each year, like just the most prominent one, the first one that comes to mind, whatever. And it's for like each year, so you can ground yourself in this timeline whenever you start to feel a little bit too much. And then she'll kind of like instigate certain memories or like certain feelings that come up, and then you sit in them and you invite yourself to kind of navigate and explore what it's trying to tell you. And you go back to being yourself in that moment, these traumatizing moments that really affected you. You go back to these moments, and you bring your, once you allow that time and space to verbalize what's happening, you bring your current self, your older self, into that moment, and you speak with your younger self, and you offer what you needed during that time, and ask, can I sit with you, can we go somewhere? And you bring your younger self to a peaceful place, and you let them know, hey, I'm here now, I'm here, and we're safe, and we're present in this moment. And you do grounding before and after throughout that, and if a memory gets too much, then you stray away from it, you ground yourself, you go through the timeline like 3, 4, 5 times, however many you need, and then, you know, at the end of the session, we did like just a moment where I thought of a peaceful place, and really bringing yourself into that and immersing yourself in that stillness. And yeah, I'm glad that I did that. I usually go in, we've planned it a few times, and I just start yapping, because that's how therapy is for me now. It's more like I just need a space to talk, because I can usually figure things out on my own. I kind of just need a space to be listened to and feel like I'm recognized, you know? But let's see, I left therapy and my phone was kind of dead, so I went home and I charged it, and I started to pack up some of my clothes and put them in bags for moving to California. And I texted my dad a little bit, stuff like that, and now I'm headed to the gym, and I'm going to create a gym routine, like a new one. I've created so many, bro, but I have specific, it's weightlifting. I have specific exercises that I really enjoy. I'm going to prioritize stretching now, like into this journey, because I've just never really done that in the past, and I know that it's important, so now's the time. But I'm going to do that, create one that's gonna fucking snatch me, bro, and it's for the purpose of feeling ground in my body and everything like that, but still, I do have a body that I want to be more lean, and be strong. I want to be lean, and I want to be strong, and I want to accentuate my figure, because I do think I'm pretty curvy, but I just have, like, some weight on me, which is, it's perfectly okay, and, you know, beautiful, but, I don't want to, yes, I want that body, but I want to make sure that I'm not changing it out of insecurity or fear of, myself currently, but for development, and for, you know, discipline and power and things like that. So, yeah, and then afterwards, my aunt and uncle are leaving, so they'll be gone for a while, which will honestly be nice, because I like having the house to myself. And, oh my god, bro, I sang Undressed by Somber today. I'm really into that song right now. He keeps popping up on my feed, like, he's trending so much right now, and people are dogging on him because he's like, I'm 6'7", when apparently the guy that, like, can find your height, the Asian guy, he found out that he was actually 6'5", so he's just, like, lying about it for no reason, even though this information is publicly on the internet. And people are like, oh, I bet he's a feminist too, and he reads feminist literature, and he advocates for women's rights, and, you know, I don't know, hates periods or something like that. And I don't think we should be treating people like that, but I do think it's a little bit funny, because it seems like maybe he's gotten a bit of an ego boost since he went popular, just because it almost happened like that. I feel like he was kind of like, and then he, like, threw out a couple bangers, and now he's, like, just big. But anyway, yeah, I'll be back. I'm going to post that video of me singing a cover, possibly, because it's so good. Okay, bye guys.